even with that, they were pressuring the hell out of the superintendents, the governors, the mayors to open schools because schools, while they're closed, virtually they make no money. They're losing money with not having actual students. And I always said a school is a prison
Hmm.
because the fact that the more kids you have in there, the more money you make off of them.
Yeah.
No matter if you're in what we used to call in my whole high school, which was so fucking segregated, GP, which is Gym Pop. Like that's how we had prison terms because we had two sides of our school. We had the international bachelor program, then we also had the general population program, which was eight. We had these bills at this time. We go at this time. The kids that were in international bachelor program, 9 out of 10 were legacy kids, kids who parents paid for half of the whole damn school,
Hmm.
who literally we never seen. Like it was kids when I graduated, I was like, who the hell are you? Well, I've been here for 4 years. I've never seen you. You be hearing names, you be like, who is this? Jamal, like you hear like Jamal, Tawana Crawford, cool. Joshua, Meg, hi. Like who? Who is he? Oh yeah, I'm your valedictorian. I've never seen you before. I never noticed you. But it's because of things like that. They know, okay, we're losing money. We have to get them back in school. We
Yeah.
have to push forward. Even if it literally kills them, hey, we still get money. At the end of the day, it's all about currency. And that's sad that they will put kids' lives at risk just to make sure they get a buck. That's why I said, like, literally listening to the news in general and watching how just the political sides are working against and with each other is stupid. Like
Hmm.
the second stimulus, the first stimulus, which should have been the second, which is now the second one, was supposed to be 1,200 per month, 500 per child. And people are saying, that will help because that help put money in my pocket, especially with you ending the actual unemployment. You ain't unemployment. Now they're saying, oh, we had the unemployment because people should be going back to work now. A lot of people aren't going back to work because a lot of these jobs that were needed are starting to become obsolete because they were barely staying afloat before the end of before the actual crisis. Now they're they're dead. They went from a
Yeah.
couple 100,000 dead to millions.
Well, yeah, because there's a and they don't see the chain reaction because it's saying because and it's and this is where we say, hey, the government needs to make up their mind because they're saying, hey, guess what? Everybody should be going back to work, but we're still having everything shut down. And I
Yep.
and I'm not telling them open everything up. I'm just it's funny because if you're in charge of unemployment and you say, hey, we're ending this because people need to go back to work. People can't go back to work if you don't open up certain things and all the restrictions. So it should go hand in hand because we're saying, hey, a lot of people work retail, right? And I know
Mm-hmm.
right now the retail is down because of COVID, and a lot of it's because people are afraid to get the virus. But the other people is too. You can't go out there and go to a mall or go to the stores. So that cuts out a lot of jobs. So that's people who cannot go back to work because and then there's a lot of places where you have these restrictions saying, hey, guess what, you can't go to these places. So it's kind of like get your head out of your ass. People can't go back to work because you're holding the keys right now to say, hey, that business is closed. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
funny because you're like, come on guys, like think.
like, hey, what's up? We're going to let you go back to school and we're going to let you go back to work. And you're going, just like, okay, biggest thing is a lot of states, power company, water company, right now they're at
Mm,
hope with charging people. Now, a lot of people are very gracious of this, but just like any bill, it's accumulated.
yes.
The most fucked up thing is yes, you're not getting paid straightforward to. I mean, you're not paying them cool, but
Mm,
it's going to accumulate.
mm,
Just like in Houston, there's a section in Houston right now that a federal judge overruled the
mm,
government law where you cannot kick people out for eviction, and he's kicking people out. The
mm,
sheriff was like, I don't want to do this, but this is my job. I have to go to these houses and tell people they have to go because they're not paying their rent. I
yeah.
even seen it here where a young man literally was kicked out of his house because his landlord found a loophole. You can't pay rent, but you haven't paid the late fees. How can I pay you late fees if I can't pay rent? Uh-huh. And kicked him out. That one, like, It's barbaric how we get a sample of help and that's it. Oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna last for this long. That's it. By this time, it'll be better. It's not better. It's so much worse. And I even say that when wintertime truly kicks in, when the whole United States start feeling those cold weathers and people start going out, when COVID will get ramped up because your lungs and your body is more susceptible to the virus, that's when they're gonna start saying, "Well, damn, we kind of messed up." Now the people that we're forced to go back to work can't go to work because they're sick. They have to stay home. Then we can't find people to fill their places because they don't have the money, transportation, whatever it may be, to get to these jobs because they were out of work. Dang, that's a lot of people out of work. We're finna go from recession to depression. That's why I say like it's insane that we are sitting in a true what most people say in the biblical times, end of times, and it's slowly unfolding in front of us like, yo, we can change this if we can. No, we're not gonna come together. Why? Because what? Like, what's the purpose of fighting with about a bill about giving people money? Because it's gonna cost us more money to give them money. So you're not doing nothing with it. Trump literally is coming out with a space program for the military branch. What do we find in space? Alien versus Predator is not real, sir. That tells you how much he doesn't care. You're playing with our money. I'm gonna make a whole space program. Yep, space military. Sir, it doesn't work this way. Like at all. Like you're forcing a narrative that makes no sense. And people just, it makes sense, yo, we need to do it. We don't. We don't. And it's sad because even with the reopening of schools, teachers aren't even getting hazard pay. These teachers that are coming to the schools, putting their life on the line, aren't getting hazard pay. They're getting paid normal hours. And I'm just saying here like that's sad because the fact that they have families too. Kids, grandmothers, grandfathers, whoever it may be, they are susceptible to give their parent family the virus and kill themselves. And you won't even sit there and say, you know what, we should pay them for that.
They're not paying anybody more who's going to work because people at the supermarket, it's the same thing.
That's why I'm like, this is archaic. This is just insane. The logic behind it makes zero sense, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I just gave up because nothing makes sense. We have so much going on in America that it's not funny. From just not even just a pandemic, we had they reported last month they lost over 150,000 kids in the system. Don't know where they are for the immigration laws that they had brought the ICE program. And people are not going crazy about it. They just sitting here like, I mean, they'll find them one day. No. The fact that these are children, nah,
You have to
it's what
learn
it is.
that people, if it doesn't directly affect them,
They don't care.
yeah.
If
And
it's not something that's directly affecting you or it won't get you the social media likes, you don't give two fucks.
Facts. Facts, man. Okay, so the other topic that we had was Stadia, correct?
yes.
Yeah, because we've been going at it for a minute, and I was just letting y'all just get your shit off, man. So yeah, so Stadia, who that guy's a freaking moron. So basically, what's his name?
Ooh, Alex Hutchinson, that Google kind of just backed
Don't
the
give a
heck
fuck
off of
about.
him.
Yeah,
Because
this
he's
guy
nuclear.
comes out and tells Twitch streamers that they need to pay the video game publishers for licenses to stream their game. And everybody got mad at him because it's idiotic. Because if the streamer is not streaming your game, prime example, that game Among Us that's out right now. If people weren't streaming that game to make it popular, it wouldn't be a thing. It dropped in 2018. Nobody heard of it. It wasn't until people started playing it and you start seeing it online to where it became a thing. It became a cultural phenomenon that it is now. That's the same thing with Fortnite when Fortnite blew up.
Yeah. Well, okay. Pretty much just started out because Twitch streaming, they're going more on and actually using licensed music during actual streams because before it was only if it was replayed, they would say, "Hey, you can't use this music." But Twitch has been doing more so with actual stream that's not actually not in the music. So that's when Alex Hutchinson he was coming out and saying that hey, that they should be paying us to go and stream our games. Yeah, and that you know, and so that's how this kind of you know that's how this kind of blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ain't
because
nobody
no, what do you say? No, yeah, he's like streamers worried about getting their content pulled because they use music they didn't pay for. Should be more worried about the fact that they're streaming games that they didn't pay for as well. He wrote, and it's all gone as soon as publishers
We
decide to
did
enforce
pay
it.
for it. When
Yeah,
we bought it, we paid for it.
yeah.
I'm
So
get
so he's
the
he, he's been pushing that.
the ideology behind it is I paid for it, and on top of me paying for it, the reason why, and I know for a fact other gaming companies like Naughty Dog and Activision will come back and bark at him because they know for a fact the reason they never thought to themselves, hey, if Cool Ninja is making millions off of
Mm.
our game and we're making the same, if not way more, we should make him pay us. It's because it is free publicity.
Well, yeah, no, but that's why I think they like streamers. That's why a lot of these companies they work with streamers and they give them extra stuff beforehand.
Yeah,
But
because they
this leads into another one too, Smooth. Freaking WWE. I just realized too, they're making because they're independent contractors. They're making all the wrestlers who have extra pages like with Twitch and YouTube pretty much sign them over to WWE, and then the money that they make off of that comes out of the contract.
yeah, that's no fucked up thing. Yeah, so a lot of people don't know. Yeah, a lot of people don't know WWE, not just the actual company. Their employees are literal contractors. They
Yeah,
live on a
yeah.
contracted basis.
They're independent contractors because that's a way for WWE to save money. And so they don't have to pay them healthcare and everything because they're not full-time employees, even though they are full-time employees. And because of that, now they're going off into their social media platforms now too. Because I know Austin Creed, because he has a YouTube channel, up down down, and pretty much he gets other wrestlers and they come on and they play games. They're playing Among Us. He plays everything because he's really into game. He's really into gaming because he even goes to like these big gaming tournaments and everything too.
Right.
And so he actually has a channel that's outside. So even when he was injured, people didn't realize he was gone because he was out there just playing with his friends. He was still on the road following, and when they get a moment, it's like, oh, we're playing these games. And now WWE trying to say, oh, guess what? Like that's ours now.
Oh, well,
On
no,
top of that,
they can't. You're an independent contractor. Like,
That's so
so they don't have
yeah,
a
they're gonna have to lay in it.
they don't have a union though.
they don't, so this is the thing. They're independent. Yeah, they're independent contractors with
Quotes.
and Mr. McMahon has said this, a open source contract. Meaning anytime I can change it.
But they can't
Their
though.
contract is not solidified. Like they literally don't sign like a contract like within that year. Okay, I'm signing Stone Cold Steve Austin to a year contract and this, that, and the third. They leave purposely open sources where you can add to it. Like
Yeah.
if I
So
told you, hey, for a year you wrestle me, you make this much. Also, for any other income that leaves possible future wages to the company, aka you over here making a couple ducats off of streaming, that's possible income that can come to us. Hand it over.
yeah. So it's that it's
Right there, if they really wanted to.
no, they're probably going to fight it, but it's just it's dumb, it's stupid, and it that just popped in my head like this whole Alex Hutchinson thing where he's just I don't know what he's thinking of either. But it's funny because even Google's they were kind of saying, hey, like his viewpoints do not that it's not us. We're not going with that. That's
Distance themselves from them. They have to distance themselves from them because they have a whole streaming apparatus in YouTube gaming.
yes.
It's his whole concept don't even match the company's motives.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Like
we might hear about him getting fired sometime soon.
so fire ain't the word. We might turn on the news right now. Local news that hey, he gone.
Yeah.
Cut it. Like we don't even want to hear nothing. He's gone. Next news, like that was
They
quick.
make more money off of the streamers' content on YouTube than a lot
Trying to charge him.
Yeah.
because
I'm about to say,
they throw the ads on the videos and then they pay the streamer. They pay like they Ian's on a bet.
or even like, for example, you see like celebrities when they get these random gifts, quote
Mm-hmm.
unquote, from these companies. They know for a fact, oh, you got $1,000 Birkin bag for your $10,000 Birkin bag for your girlfriend from Birkin. Oh, you're paid this and the third. No, they know for a fact if these people who are influencers, keyword influencers, are going out here showing off what they have, it's going to make the majority rule say, I want that too. I want that too. Like you said, kids that watch these streamers are forcing their parents to buy the stupid shit, the
Mm-hmm.
skins, the game, the vocals, all this stuff that literally makes to me no sense. I'm not buying quote unquote skins. Like I don't give a fuck if I got the most basic. It is what it is. But kids are saying, hey, just like as we were kids, when we watched like Superman, Batman, these superheroes, I want this stuff, I want to be like them. It's the same mentality with these streamers. I feel like if I get the Spider-Man skin, the Deadpool skin on Fortnite, I can be good as them and I can make the money. So literally, the gaming companies are saying to themselves, why should I make the people who are literally getting me free publicity, more
Mm-hmm.
money in my pocket for letting me stream my ass on there, and on top of that, they're actually night and on top of them doing that, they're giving us a higher rating because they're putting positive messages behind it. Why should I make them pay me when I can just get money off of that?
Yeah, because they're increasing the longevity of your game, and so people aren't going to the next one, because that's the thing too. Like it's different now because these streamers, they're picking a game like in Ninja, because he played a couple other games, but he always goes back to Fortnite, which means it keeps Fortnite and the front, instead of saying, hey, let me try this game, let me try this game, let me try this game, and going somewhere else. So it keeps people saying, oh, Fortnite must be good, let me stay with it as well too. So it keeps people focused on your game. And now we're in microtransactions, which gives more revenue to your game. Like
And
I don't.
a lot of people don't think about that either. They're not thinking to themselves, well, damn, why? Like the biggest question people like just ask themselves, why is Fortnite still popular? Fortnite came out what 3 years ago, and it's still popular
Yeah.
as Call of Duty coming out today because of the fact that you have a repetitive platform that pushes out. Even though what's changed on it? Okay, a couple skins and a couple things on the map.
Yeah.
Nothing else has really been like majorly different. Other
The
games,
concept's still the same.
what's making it so consistent and so lively is, like you said, the streamers, the commentary they put behind it, the different ways they play it is making it relevant.
Yes.
When you have games, like I said, when you have games like Among Us came out on PC and it came in 2016. Then it came out on actual devices, handheld, in 2018. Nobody gave a fuck about it. Nobody was like, "Oh, Among Us."
Yeah, until
Nothing.
2020.
It was
Yeah.
2020 hit. People
The
got
end,
bored.
yeah, the end of
They started
2022.
playing.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, oh wait, what's this? Among Us? Oh, I gotta guess what the game is. It's
Yeah.
intriguing. It makes me want to think. That's when things pushed off. That's when people said, oh, I can make money from this. That's how things stay alive. And over the years, it's shown us the way to keep your company, your game, whatever it may be, your product alive, is to find someone that has a nick about them, something about them that's catching, makes them watch. Because at the same time, like everybody can be an influencer. It takes it's a certain je ne sais quoi that person has that makes them be like, I want to watch them. Like literally, I try to watch a stream of Ninja, and I hate Fortnite, but I see why kids like them.
Yeah, no, because I know what you mean, because there's a couple of streamers that I could watch, and there's a couple of streamers that I don't give a damn about, because like my main one is I like watching is and like you said, it's because there's something about him. It's I know his name's Maximilian, and I know part of it it's because of the games that he
Oh,
plays.
yeah.
Yeah, but part of it it's how he is too, and so he's serious when he needs to be, he's funny when he needs to be, he's but it's like he makes it so it's like you're hanging out with him, and that's why I like him. But I know other people, they don't like that, so that's why they go into other streamers. But like you said, you have to find a person with that personality and that that just it factor about him, and
Yeah.
but that's why companies, they like them, and then they bring them, they say, hey, come check out our game, and say your thoughts about it too, just because, or they sponsor him to like do the stream about this.
And that
And
goes to like everything, even down to music itself. Like, how are these rappers who say lyrically not a damn bit of sense, how are they so popular?
yeah.
Because they're catchy. It's it's the beat. If you take the beat, the complete beat away from the whole song, they'd be like, what the fuck is she saying? But because the
Yeah,
beat's catchy and they have this
exactly.
repetitive noise and they
The
go to
hook.
the high pitch brain, they use the high pitch frequency in the brain that goes between
hmm
500, 500 to 5600 hertz, that literally only kids from 16 under can hear. That's why kids love the shit, because like, oh, what? What did they say? Like Playboy Cardi. The man literally goes, everything, baby, everything, baby. Look up his lyrics. It literally says, everything, baby, like it's gibberish, and kids are fucking loving it. I'm sitting here like, it makes no sense though.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. But because of the fact that it's something catchy about them, and they're doing something that these kids want to do, which is
hmm
in their own sense rebelling the way like how we wanted to, but
hmm
10 times harder, that's why they're so popular. Because honestly, I can tell you now, I've tried to listen to a whole album from, who was it? Like uh Lil Pump.
hmm
Nothing made sense to me. Nothing. Even the song with him and Kanye, you're such a fucking hoe. I love it. Like, what? But because it's so catchy, it sounds, yeah, I'm a sick fuck. I like the sick. Yeah, like, listen to the lyrics. It's fucked up. But this is the thing. Like how Smooth said, this isn't new.
hmm
Look at songs that we listen to as kids, our parents listen to. Girl, I know you like it. I'm so excited. Oh my, like literally, the song even said, "You getting real close, you're making it hard for me." And the female come back, boy, get off me! Like they're telling you all up on me, you getting hard. What the fuck? Even Tevin Campbell's "Can We Talk" was controversial as fuck. Last night I saw you standing, and I knew you knew me too. Like it's you in 1990s a song. Like these songs are telling you how fucked up shit is, but we don't care because it's catchy. Even like with R. Kelly. Oh my gosh, we all knew, and it's fucked up to say this. We all knew R. Kelly was fucked up. Come on, the man age ain't nothing but a number. Aaliyah's in the front. This man in the background watching her. Every song they had, the cover, he's in the background just, what you doing, girl? Like we knew R. Kelly was a fucked up person, but because people took the mind of separating R. Kelly from Robert, it was like, yeah, I love R. Kelly, but I hate Robert. The fuck? They're the same person. No, one's the entertainer, one's the pedophile. Like, we knew this shit was there. We just didn't give a fuck. That's why I say parents get mad at these kids listen to stupid rappers, because technically we'll listen to some stupid shit too. Like I made this argument and people got mad. Lil Wayne is not lyrical.
Yeah.
When that man said lethal weapon, book him, Danny. What? That's two different shows. That's why if I like literally listen to, if someone can give me a lyrical Lil Wayne song that makes sense, I would give you $1,000. Like if you can sit here and lyrically say he demolished it, he made it critique, like he made the metaphors assemblies go smooth like a
No,
poem, I
I
would
get
give
it.
you $1,000.
Okay. Are you sure? Are you sure? Because I can give you one. I can think about.
I feel like I know what you about to say. What's one song you know off the top of your head?
Oh no. Are you sure about this money? Are you
Oh
sure?
no, I'm talking mad shit. Hold on, wait a
Oh,
minute. First of all,
oh
let me get
shit!
out to you.
Antonio Brown just signed with the Bucks.
Whoa!
I just got that alert too. You just said it just came across my phone. It just came across my phone like I heard dun 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 dun. Well, this just has ended.
Oh,
Antonio Brown's back in the game.
1 year contract with the Bucks. He said,
Bucks?
"Yep,
Bucks.
We talking football, right?
yeah." I'm talking football. Tampa Bay
We're
Buccaneers
talking. We're talking about
Oh, yeah,
Tom
with Tom
Brady
Brady.
Bucks.
for some reason, the picture that popped in my head was like the NBA.
Oh,
Like what?
Oh no!
no, the
Like him playing
Buccaneers.
Pokemon.
No,
No,
I do not fear the deer. Okay, I do not fear the deer.
nah, that's crazy. That man been out for what,
At a moment.
almost a year now. That man said, "Y'all talking about the Bucks of basketball? No, sir. If he don't do the Michael Jordan switch whole fucking careers, let me know now."
This is a good time. This is a good time. They got Brady too, right?
Yeah,
Oh, this
But
is
Brady ain't that good.
be alive.
No, man. Look, I say this: Brady, because he was so overhyped in his career, because he knew, like, okay, yes, Brady was great as hell with the New England Patriots because he knew the dynamic, he knew the team, he could build like how you would build a roster in your fantasy team, make his team look so good and push it so well that he was untouchable. Now he's with a whole new team, whole new coach, whole new franchise. You can't, you don't have that in a sense, LeBron James mentality because of the fact that you were so untouchable at the age you were at, you're not really in your prime now. And it
well,
shows when he played against like when they played against New Orleans. I'm watching that shit like,
well,
dang.
I think the thing is too. People don't realize Brady. He had that 10-year gap of not winning anything, and then since he won on the
Nope.
back end, and I'm a Tom Brady fan, so I'm not like, oh, I'm a hater like that too, because like I like Tom Brady, but it's like you have to put it in perspective of saying, hey, he had, he won the beginning, and then so he won the first three, and then he didn't win again for quite some time.
And that's what it's making me kind of like laugh at. A lot of people making it seem as though with his other rings, it was like
Mhm.
a Jordan Bull thing. It was back to back to back. No, like you said, it was time between that.
Yeah,
That he had to come back and be like, okay, whew,
well,
we've been
because
getting our ass whooped.
yeah, no, and that and football is different too, and that's why it's when people they try to talk to me about Jordan and everything too, and who's the best, and I always tell them it's a different era and everything too, and it's
Yep.
like, and like what criteria are you using, because like a lot of the criteria that people use for Jordan,
Mhm.
he, if you say,
You
oh,
can't
it's because
use
of the rings like that, like he would lose. So, and even if you put, and it's like, if you're putting like his peak, and I'm saying that 6-year run was very, very impressive, probably the best 6-year run we'll ever seen, even though it was broken up by 2 years, you
yep.
know. So so we have to put that one in there too. So that was very, very impressive.
If he would
But
have in the league, I think he would have had a.
no, but the thing is, he changed the game, and the thing, he was more athletic than everybody else out on the court mostly, and that's the thing that people take for granted. And even though, and like, I'm not here to say LeBron's better or anything, but LeBron has more talented competition during that time, because now the NBA with the people, the talent is more spread out, more so than on the same teams as it was in in the NBA when Jordan was in. So I might say Jordan was the best player when he was in the league, but it was leaps and bounds, because the thing is, he came in and he was during that transitional piece too, where Magic got old, Bird got old, they were all out the door. So, and that's the thing too. And so when Jordan came in, there was really nobody else but Jordan, and that's the
But
thing.
at the same time, true enough, yeah, you had like Magic going out, but you had guys like Larry Bird, you had Charles Barkley, you had just not coming in at the time, Shaquille O'Neal. Like they were taking their places, and on top of that, the thing that separates Jordan from LeBron,
Mm.
the basketball era of the 80s and 90s compared to the 2000s and 2010s and 20s is the one thing and one thing only. They were more aggressive, hands on. They were physically beating the fuck out of each other.
But
Versus now, if you
yeah,
just simply touch somebody, it falls apart.
but
Now, so
but that's what I mean. It's a different style of game. But I'm saying, but even with Shaquille and everything, Jordan had a time to the NBA by himself, and
yeah,
that's what I mean. And because Shaquille came afterwards, because you could tell how much longer Shaquille was in after Jordan retired for the second time, you know, and that's what I mean, because Jordan actually had the time of the NBA to himself, and I think Kobe kind of had that period too, because everybody forgets about Tim Duncan and how great Duncan was, because
that's my team, Spurs Nation.
Yeah, no, but and that's the thing is because, and I would say with Kobe was never the best player in the NBA, and but then even because he had Duncan, I think Tim Duncan's a better player, but he wasn't as flashy, so that's why he goes under the rug. But then during these times too, when Kobe was in his prime, there was also other players out there that weren't as good as Kobe, but they made you think, because you had AI, you had AI in there. And then towards the back end of Kobe too, then you had the Derrick Roses and everything coming up when Kobe was still in his prime as well too. And Jordan, he really didn't have that, which is why I think people, they hold Jordan into this higher stratosphere, but because he's also a product of his environment too.
But that's the thing about Jordan, LeBron. When it comes to those, man, I'm gonna just stick with those two for a second. Before Jordan got his ring, like you said, Jordan had time by himself and he was getting destroyed.
Yeah, I know, he was getting swept.
When Pippen came, that's when they became.
Yeah,
that's when he became a star, because Pippen was I'm flashy as fuck on the court. And my statistics say it for me. I don't have to say shit. Jordan wasn't look at me now, because I'm doing this for Pippen. But except for giving Pippen his acknowledgement, is always Jordan. Same thing with LeBron. LeBron didn't, when LeBron was in Cleveland, swept like a dust mop. Next thing you know, he goes to.
I will say this though, but LeBron did take him to the finals without anybody.
But wait, time out. He not without anybody. He had JR and Love, even before.
I'm talking about the first time in Cleveland.
We're talking about the very
first time.
The very first time.
Because that's the one thing I will give him over Jordan, because Jordan got swept in the first round. LeBron actually took his team to the final. And that's the thing, because if you ask me, I will say Jordan is better, but I'm not going to be ignorant and say, hey, LeBron supporters, or just in general, the statistics say that LeBron definitely does have a case.
LeBron has a case for it. All I can say is, when it comes to who's the greatest player of all time, there will never be a greatest player of all time unless there is, like how you said it, when LeBron took his team to the finals. If he would have took his team to the finals and won on a consistent basis of, let's say, the first 3 to 6 years, just like the same roster, maybe a couple new kids, then yes, that's the greatest player of all time, because he personally put the numbers up there with no support. Almost like you can say the same thing about Westbrook. Westbrook, when he played before, when KD left, before even he went over to Harden, that man was a monster. He was putting up numbers on LeBron. Triple double king is his nickname, but people don't give him support because he doesn't make it to the championship. But he still has some stats.
I know.
But because he's not flashy, that's what fucks him up. That's the biggest thing about the game. Because that person's not flashy, they don't care. Like,
Westbrook is,
but he's flat. But Westbrook is flashy, as in, this is me on the court. I'm a monster. I'm nasty. My stats say it for me. He ain't going around, yeah, I'm the best player. LeBron has literally paraphernalia of King James. That's my nickname. You better call me King. That, to me, I mean, cool. That's your perspective, but you're not really King. Like, the most humble thing I ever seen was when my team, Spurs, Tim Duncan last year, whooped his ass when he was with the Heat, and he walked out crying.
Yeah.
Like, that showed me, you human, bro. You over here? Yeah, I'm with the 3-3. We're good. Bosh, Bird, and Wade made, I don't care what nobody say, they made that man truly what he is. They put him on a higher pedestal. After he left them, that's when he came back and went beast. Now, the thing that makes him compared to Jordan, the reason why people saying, like, and I said it too, the reason why I say Jordan's the greatest all time of his era and in general for basketball currently is because he did his worst and best with the Bulls. The only time he left was when he finally came out of retirement after baseball, then decided for like 1 year to play for Magic, and like, yeah, I'm done. Like, he did that just to play around. He wasn't even serious.
Oh no, he did that to go and add value to his team, because that he was the owner of. No, but I think, but that's also a different era as well too. Before before free agency is the way it is. But
Yeah.
then he also was like, hey, and that's the thing too, where you have to look at the different markets and everything, because that's when his second run was when free agency was starting to happen, and then and he pulled freaking Rodman, and he was pulling other people towards his team
And
as
that's
well.
another person who needed that kudos. Fuck Shaquille O'Neal. Fuck Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at this moment. You gotta give it to Rob. Robin was a fucking beast, bro. That man was stopping shit like it was. Yeah, he was flashy off court and his personal life, but on the court, that man was nasty.
See,
You get his face.
Yeah, and that's the thing. No one states how and I'm a Jordan fan. No one acknowledges how stacked, especially that second repeat. No one
Oh,
acknowledges
yeah.
how stacked that team was, because that team was stacked.
That team was like
picked up old boy from when they went overseas. You know what I'm saying, to do the Olympics or whatever. They found that kid out there that was a point guard or whatever for some other team.
Oh yeah.
What is it, Kukoc? And they bought
Yeah,
him.
Tony.
Kukoc,
Yeah, Tony Kukoc. Did they get Ori for? Or who else they get? I'm gonna go look at the scene.
They were so stacked. You even had Golden State coach when he was playing for them.
Yeah, Steve Kerr.
We had Steve Kerr just open, like, bro. You had these monsters. Literally, they were the Monstars. You were not touching these people. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, people talking about some Jordan got more rings than LeBron. Jordan this, LeBron this. Hell, if you want to talk about rings, like you said, look at Tim Duncan. Look at Larry Bird.
No, that's what I'm saying. Bill Russell. That's all
Bill
I say.
Russell.
That's all I say.
Bill look like.
They had Pippen, Jordan, Kukoc, Rodman, Luke Longley, Steve Kerr, Ron Harper. I mean, that team was stacked.
And every one of those men did, in every game they played during the finals had if not the lowest they had was doubles. Everyone else was triple doubles. So you tell me you got Rodman, a big man, somebody who should be like Shaquille O'Neal, missing shots, killing dunks, killing 2-pointers, even threes on the side. Same thing with Stephen Kerr. Same thing with Kukoc. You got these men destroying teams because, one, they weren't just stacked. They were stacked with chemistry. A lot of people have to remember when LeBron first got to LA, yes, he was stacked. Cousin, AD, you got all these dudes that's on his back, like, yeah, man, we gonna be on top. Look what happened. He was getting his ass whooped.
Well,
like,
the first year he didn't have Cousins or AD.
No, I'm saying when he first brought them over during the time, it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna be on point. It takes time and chemistry. When they first got Pippen, they immediately just, we going championship winning. It was like, yeah, we got this one championship, but it wasn't just Pippen, it was other people. Then it started to become, okay, Pippen, what you can do. Okay, Robin, what you can do? Okay, Kerr, what can you do? Like it started building up that way. Nowadays, it's just like I said, playing the fantasy football league or basketball league. Okay, I'm put this person, and make it look good. Like Harden and Westbrook are, and my homeboy said the best on our radio show yesterday. They're good on the video game. They're your dream team on the video game. In real life, no. Like it's there, but not there. Same thing like this. Like we were just talking about yesterday. Who would be the top four to make it to the finals? And there's so many teams that people have to watch out for. The one team I said was Dallas. Watch out for Dallas. Watch out for the Nuggets. Because we seen what the Nuggets did to Jazz, what they did to the Bucks. People keep thinking to themselves, oh yeah, they're good. Look what, like you said, Clippers. Kawhi was looking at it. Kawhi was looking to the left like this team who hasn't been good since what? Melo is beating us.
Well, and that's because and I always say it like that too. Freaking everybody thought Paul George was like this, and I'm a Paul George fan too. But they thought he was like, I know what he is, and they were talking to Paul George like he's LeBron, and the thing is, like, he's not even a poor man's LeBron.
Nope.
And so it was like, oh, him and that's the thing. Like, if Paul George went to the Lakers with AD, I'd be super hype, or say if LeBron went to the Clippers and had Kawhi and Paul George, be super hype, because Paul George, he's a good number 3. He's a good third man, so that when someone doubles like that to you, and then because then he hits those shots, because hey, guess what? AD's double teamed, LeBron's freaking double teamed, whatever like that. They're shifting everything over there. then Paul George is great. But like as a
Oh
number
yeah.
two, and that's the thing, and I don't even think Kawhi is a true number one. I think Kawhi is better as a number two.
Kawhi.
Because
The reason why I know Kawhi is a true number two is because even when he played with the Spurs, yes, he did show his ass off when they won the championship against the Heat, and yeah, he got MVP. But stat wise,
yeah,
it it was at the even right there, like with Tony. Like Tim was
yeah,
up here, Tony and him were neck to neck. That's all. Like
yeah.
Kawhi is good by himself with a certain dynamic,
No, he needs
but
a
we
point
can see
guard.
with the Clippers, yeah, with the Clippers, it was like because a lot of people wanted him to go to the Lakers, or even have LeBron go like them two mash up because they can be
Yeah,
monsters. Which true enough, yes, them two together,
that it'd be a wrap.
Yeah.
them all four. If you put Cousins, AD, LeBron, and you also got Kawhi. Hell, if you even took, and I hate they
No,
traded him,
no, I'm
but
coming off the bench. I'm starting for that lineup, and we're
yeah,
getting the chip. That's all
I'm
I'm
talking
saying.
about. I'll walk out there. Hey, I got the ball, LeBron. Look, I'm gonna pass it to you. Like that's a monster team.
Yeah.
And my thing is this though, there's a lot of players in the league that are overshadowed by these big names that we're not paying attention to.
Yeah.
Prime example, I think the one person that came to the league that I feel like was the biggest just fucking disappointment to me would probably be Zion. When
Oh,
he came, people are like, oh yeah, Zion TV. And a year later. So
Ain't
he
Zion
getting big. He back now. Oh, he's healthy now.
well, he should be.
He
He hasn't
got
been
hurt.
playing.
He got hurt.
He's too heavy.
He gained weight. Like the man is bigger.
Well, I don't, but I think the thing for the style that he plays, he's, and maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like he's too heavy for the style that he plays, because because it's like
It's not even a fact. He's too heavy. He doesn't know how to ground himself. He wants to be the big man with the little man speed. That's
no,
cool. But
yeah,
when you're doing these like dunks and slamming, you have to remember you are mass weight heavy.
yeah.
So you dropping
He's playing like freaking Westbrook in a body like Blake Griffin.
exactly. Oh shoot.
the thing is, he would be all right. He'd do like you said, like took the time out to to I guess lose some weight or build more muscle. It's either one of the two. You
Well,
gotta
that or he has to change his game.
Yeah, change the game. Stop doing the big man with little man speed and even it.
don't be like if he changes his game. So I'd say just lose the weight.
Drop some weight. Yeah.
Now, another player that I feel like a lot of people overlook because of his father is Lonzo Ball. Like he can really watching his stats when he was with the Pelicans before the pandemic. Mans can shoot. Mans got game. He been working on his three. Now, a person that's overhyped like a motherfucker
Of
is
course.
Mr. Deadshot himself. That's the worst nickname anybody in the league gave him. To name a player Deadshot, I'm over here like, wait, what? Yes, Deadshot. Why? He never missed a shot. He went to the whole NFL. When that man went to the actual playoffs and it was the finals, I'm watching like, this man missed a lot of threes for to be called Deadshot. The whole tattoo, you ain't gonna miss nothing.
Nah. But
what's his name? Hold on.
the whole reason he left though was because of his dad. So
I don't know who Deadshot is.
no,
Who is this?
Lonzo Ball.
Oh,
No, that's not him. Oh no. The
No.
player named Deadshot's hey, what is his name? He's the most known person to me.
But I sure want to know. I'm like, who that?
Let me see.
Who that man is?
Yeah, but back to Lonzo Ball though.
Danny Green.
Oh,
What?
Danny Green's nickname. I shit you not. Listen.
yeah, he got it.
Tattoo.
But Deadshot Danny Green, new tattoo says about what he brings to the Lakers.
He came out and people were supporting him. Deadshot Danny Green, threes all day, and look what the hell happened when he got to the finals. Like, what the fuck? Sir, the net's over here. You shoot over here. Mm-hmm. But he's Deadshot. He's wonderful. Man, stop it. Stop the noise. Like, just completely stop the noise. Who are you, sir? Who Who are you trying to fool? Nicknames mean nothing. But
Man.
nah, like I ain't gonna lie. Somebody asked me this, like, who is like NBA wise? Next year is going to be a great year. There are going to be a lot of underdogs people aren't paying attention to that come out swinging hard. Especially, I wouldn't say next year. What the league's coming back full force in what 2-3 months? So in a couple months, we're about to see these men take off. Prime example, or the biggest salute I have to give to somebody, the Phoenix Suns did something that a lot of people didn't pay attention to. Not only did they make it to the bubble, they were undefeated in the bubble.
Yeah, them boys. I felt bad that they didn't get to.
That's what I'm saying.
I would expect them come to the
did
bubble
so nasty.
if they couldn't win all the way out and get in. That's nuts. Why'd you even let them come? Them boys came in and showed that. I honestly think the bubble might went a lot different if they was in.
Yeah,
because other teams that was out, it would have been ugly.
Because I'm like, people talking about the Phoenix Suns. Yes, the Phoenix Suns are playing like Charles Barkley versus versus Bulls, bro. Like they're eating undefeated, and the next thing you know, no, what? We're undefeated. No.
About that, we're gonna
like thank you for coming and entertaining the folks at home, but you're not bubble material. Go home. Like what the fuck?
You didn't do anything wrong, but you can't do the bubble.
Like you're so good. We want to make sure that these other players that are lesser than you look better. Make sure LeBron, at home.
You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure like, Laker Clipper matchup that the Clippers end up folding. Man, honestly, they should have left the Suns in there so they could have whooped the Clippers and then the Lakers.
I know.
Yeah, because the Lakers would have had. Now I'm gonna give my rose to Butler. Butler and a lot of people talking about how LeBron James built team. We have to remember that when Butler went to Minnesota, the reason he got traded after only being there for one game was because the first streamers were talking so much shit. He said, "You know what? Watch this." Took the third stream and beat them in practice.
Yep.
In the full-fledged game. Now that's why I call it GOAT. If you can take third string, people that no one ever heard of, and say, "Hey,
got kicked out of that team."
Like a lot of people saying that, "Oh, he got traded because he wasn't good." No, he was putting numbers up. He got traded because it was so disrespectful that they requested him to get traded, and that's what Smart saying did.
Yeah, because what's his name? Because he was calling Carl Anthony Towns and everything. He was talking mad shit. Call him soft and everything.
Because what happened was he got there, new kid on the block. Won't fuck with you. They kept messing with him, and he was like, "I could." He literally said, "He was like, I could beat y'all." He said, "Okay, you versus us." He took not second string, the third. He said, "I would take your third string and beat y'all," and beat them, and it was broadcasted worldwide. And not only that, when he played his first game, he went 8.
Can I look this game up on YouTube?
Somebody recorded half of it. I hope it's still up on YouTube. It was nasty when I seen it. I'm like, yo, I don't even know these kids. The dudes over here doing alley-oops like it's a hood basketball game. My thing is this. He showed people this. One, he didn't brag about it. Two, he didn't go on social media and post it himself. He let his work show it for itself. The same way that he did the same thing playing with the Heat now. He didn't go out, I'm gonna beat them. He came out twisting that mustache, looking like a Frenchman, eating. We have to remember, yes, LeBron's great, yes, LeBron's good, but is he good enough to be the first string with a third string? I want to see that. He can do that. He's a great guy in my book.
I think he did because he took a bunch of third stringers to the freaking NBA Finals.
True. But I think in that time, LeBron, the reason why he was so able to really take them to the finals, he truly had that time, the moment mentality. Just give me the ball. Like I wouldn't say he had third string. He had great shooters on the team. Like JR.
No,
really
that first year.
JR.
No, this was before. I'm saying that very, very first one where they got swept in the finals. I'm saying he didn't have JR then. Like he had like.
No, I'm saying no. Yeah. I'm thinking about JR now, but but that first game, that first time he got swept, he really did show like a moment mentality. Give me the ball. But LeBron, give me the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't blame him. Then you fast forward a couple years later, people like he need to share. You see whatever he shared, JR shot the whole different realm. I'm like, to this day, how you shoot the wrong place?
I'm sure, or that, or how do you like? Oh, I thought I had like why are you dribbling back out? That was hilarious.
Yeah, like you're not making sense. But yeah, when I heard that about Butler, I said that's a bad man. I was even making jokes. I said Butler said I had put on I think it was like Twitter. I was like Butler out here looking like Nat Turner's Freedom. And I literally took the picture of him when he was like yelling with the scruffy beard and the mustache. I said, look, that man looking for freedom. He looking to get that championship.
Like that's wild. That is the wildest NBA. That might be the wildest thing ever. Like you won the third string and whooped
the first string in a huge margin. So I'm just saying, like,
because and like what Butler said, it wasn't the talent, it was the mentality. Because when it's like you're not taking everything seriously, and then two, you guys can't readjust after I'm showing you with these third stringers, I could whoop your fucking ass.
Yeah, but he not ooh. But I said when he whooped them, Nash was like, how did you feel about what he said? Like you said, he said I didn't whoop. He said I whooped raw talent with actual talent. He said, now think about that. And a lot of people think about it, it's like, yeah, we got talent, but this is raw talent. These dudes have been sitting here waiting. A lot of people think we hear like third string, oh, you don't do nothing. Shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. We see what happened with a third and second string getting into a place of a first string. Either you choke or you push. And they showing that practice, we finna push. Y'all took it so serious that we took it even more serious because we didn't see it as, oh, I bet you at first they probably played like a little basic game, like, okay, we're going to pass it. Third string was like, hey, post route. Who block him? Wait, what? Hold on, y'all running plays? When did y'all start doing this? Oh, when y'all was practicing, we were practicing after your practice and before your practice and during practice. Because we got here, we want to show we belong here. Like, people don't just sit on the third string, second string, thinking to themselves, maybe one day I'll be that player. They're waiting for someone to see them and say, hey, get in. So, and Butler showed them, hey, y'all think y'all so bad? Watch this. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Come on, follow me. We finna have a fun game. And it went on ESPN. That's what made them mad. It wasn't the fact that, that we just got whooped. We got whooped and it was pushed out nationwide. When I saw on Instagram, I was like, that's just nasty. Like you got whooped by some guys no one ever heard of. People that people forgot. And literally, he didn't brag about it. Social media did. So I say, that's just disrespectful. My feelings hurt. Then you get mad and trade him. You didn't do nothing but hurt yourself. Because I haven't seen Minnesota in the final since ever.
Yeah.
So I say, they beware who you be playing with, because you could be playing with a monster.
All right, guys. Well, I'm about to head out because I have to go pick up a new microphone.
I need to stop this thing. I got some other stuff I need to do as well.
Yeah, I'm about to say I got a whole report to do. I'm tripping.
Look,
I'm over here looking at my watch like, why my watch vibrating? And I'm like, why can't I come to my phone? I look at my watch. My watch said, hey, yo, 10 minutes. Oh, yes, sir. I forgot that. And I'm not to put, they talking about some, please come dress accordingly. Bro, I'm going to put on a t-shirt, the work t-shirt. That's
accordingly. You're like, I'm not naked.
like literally my boss was like, who really dresses? Like, as a joke, he was like, my head boss was like, who really dresses in full clothes on Zoom? People talking about me and people standing up. I said, bro, I just came fresh out the shower. This is a t-shirt and some boxes. He's talking about, how about you?
Just button up.
Look, just a button up. I said, sir, it's a button up and some boxes on there.
You know what?
Or some basketball shorts.
Next Zoom meeting, I'm gonna have I'm gonna make a nice Type X collared shirt and everything on there too. But then I'm gonna have like just basketball shorts. So I'll be prepared for it. I'll be like,
I'm gonna come in with a nice, well, I'm calling the Brother of Islam suit with my little bow tie on. Oh, he looked clean with a fresh edge up with some basketball shorts and some slides and no lotion on my feet. Like, sir, is them slides? Yeah, some dusty Nike slides. Don't worry about my feet. I ain't putting no lotion on. You can't see them though. Like, what's that sound? That's my feet.
Oh,
Your feet? Yeah, I'm rubbing them together. They that dry? Hey, I'm not even wearing pants, sir.
oh
You're
man.
not wearing, you a special character. That sounds fun.
The world of Zoom.
Hey,
I
but
love
all right, y'all. I'm out. This has been Homeroom and Smooth. This is episode 10. We out.
Peace.